Welcome to Just Mash episode 30. I'm Josh.
I'm Matthew.
And today we're going to talk about Peacemaker season 2. No, I'm kidding.
Boy.
So we're not talking about that, but I'd planned this bit a minute ago. We agreed to talk about something else, but
Incredible.
I was like, I wonder how Matthew's going to react to these
I looked up quickly because I was not looking directly at you. Something about the eye contact. I don't know.
I don't do eye contact. Unless it's sex. All right. So on a more serious topic, we were actually going to get quite introspective on the podcast. Like we used to do a lot. We were kind of talking about it earlier, actually, how we used to be able to just come on here and talk.
We've done this a long time.
Yeah.
Like we've had so many different iterations and like
8
the
years.
shows. 8 years is crazy.
8 years.
But
yeah.
we've had, like resets and reboots and sequels. So it's hard to like know that if you're not, close to us basically.
Essentially, we did from 2017 to 2019, we did like 120 episodes. From 2020 to 2025, I think we've done 50.
Ooh, wow.
And 20 of those, we don't even, we're not included, I think. And it might even be less than that, to be honest. It might be more like 30. Well, this is episode 30, so.
Yeah.
Fuck me, I guess.
We've hit that at least.
Yeah, that's a milestone. We should go get ice cream and celebrate. But essentially what we planned on doing is to kind of be transparent and talk about our goals with what we want out of this and out of filmmaking stuff that we want to do. And I guess the YouTube channel, if you're listening to this, I'm sure you know that there's a YouTube channel, but we do YouTube stuff. I don't know. I think it would be helpful to sit down and figure it out and to talk about it out loud and to kind of make a list of goals or kind of, I don't know, what we want out of everything. So who knows? It might suck. It might not be interesting, or it might be really interesting. Maybe it's a bonus feature on the Blu-ray set of a movie in 7 years or something. That would be cool. If physical media is still around.
I was just thinking that, and I was like, I don't want to.
I was about to say, sometimes I'm driving, and then I go down the road of like
despair,
and I've got to okay, let's turn this back around. So yeah, I don't know. YouTube channel wise,
that's a good place to start.
That's the start, because that's what most of the time and energy goes into right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you've watched any of the videos, you kind of know what the gimmick is, or what
to expect.
What to expect, what we normally do on there. I would like to change it a bit. I like the base format of the way that the videos are done. I like the presenting thing. I like coming up with the topic and just talking about it. I don't think every video that we've made has been good, but I think there's a few that are great. But I think
everyone has had value, though, and that's important.
I agree with that.
I think something is in every video has something for somebody.
There's only one that I truly felt like had zero value, and it was maybe the fourth or fifth one. It was the AEW All-In predictions, and it had no value because it went up the day before the show.
Oh.
So it had a 24-hour window where it was relevant.
Right.
And then
after
it
that,
expired.
That's a great point.
And it was and I learned a lesson, so it does have value, actually, because I did learn that lesson.
True.
And pivoted with future stuff that I made that was like predictions-based. I did that WrestleMania 41 predictions video 9 months in advance, so it was
really smart.
It would grow, and it did. It continuously got views in that 9 months. Same thing with the John Cena retirement tour. What I wanted it to be, that was the same scenario. So I guess I did learn something from the All-In one. And I actually don't think it's I think it's a good video. It just it served no purpose immediately. Mm-hmm. The second it went up, it was piss in the wind. And it didn't get a lot of views either. But why would it? Because it wasn't
right. Like the day after, then it's I wouldn't click on that because it's already passed.
Because it already had. The only way I would is if. Well, and I actually would if I was into the presenter. I'm the presenter, so I'm not. But there are actually, I'm weird about this. I will actually seek out prediction shows from 7 years ago, just because I like the person.
Well, and it could be a fun
and it's
time
interesting.
capsule.
Yeah, it's fun to see what people thought might happen.
Yeah,
but it's we don't have a following, so there's no.
Sure.
And the other thing that I get caught up in is okay, we're a movie podcast, a movie channel, but sometimes I like to talk about wrestling on it. I would like to figure out what the and this will be the first thing that I'll put on my list here. I would like to figure out what the algorithm, what is good or bad for it. Like if I upload 4 movie videos in a row and then upload a professional wrestling video, does that completely bend it over and fuck it?
I know. It would almost take, because I don't, clearly YouTube is not going to publish that information because they don't want people to do, well, they don't want people to figure it out. There are Reddit, like NewTubers is an interesting resource. Basically, it's people that talk, that have varying sizes of YouTube channels that talk about that exact thing. Topics for like editing or whatever. I've been subscribed for a long time just in case, and it's interesting and it's very niche. But they might have what they believe or what they use, but who knows if that's correct.
Yeah.
Maybe if we can just find something that clearly works and get into that sort of pattern,
Yeah.
I know that's not exactly pushing the like, I know what you were asking is where are the limits, where are the boundaries of what would tank it?
What is a content strategy? And I hate the word content for this stuff. It really grosses me out. I hate using it. But just for the simplicity's sake, for what is a content strategy? Is it better to have a focus with your channel and your videos? This is a channel about movies. Or is it better to have a catch-all mentality because you want to have as wide a net as possible?
Yeah.
To attract people. Or is it like, as long as it's the same style of video, it can be about whatever. But it's like, but maybe that's how they view it. Like video essays. It doesn't matter what about, but it's about video essays. Or if it's,
And the real answer might just be trial and error, like seeing, like just putting something out there and kind of noting what that does. But I think it might even just depend on the community itself, because if you capture somebody with a video on wrestling and they don't really give a shit about movies, they're not going to engage with the other stuff unless they are just so much a fan of you.
Right.
So that is the ideal. That's the unicorn fan, right?
Yeah, someone that, and I am that way with the people that I like, because like you can find a billion people talk about wrestling, you can find a billion people talk about movies. For me, it's about the person. I will say though, I get turned off if I'm listening to a wrestling podcast and they talk about movies, because I'm like,
I'm very particular with because I watch Twitch streams. 99.9% of them are Hearthstone. There are times where they switch to other games, and I love those. I love the streamers I watch. They're all relatively small. I don't give a fuck about anything else other than watching them specifically play Hearthstone specifically. So it's a weird,
It's tricky.
It is tricky because I would like to think of myself as an equal opportunity fan of somebody. I'm willing to try new things.
Generally, I am, but I think part of it is I have to know that it's going to be that. If they switch it up while I'm watching, then I'm turned off to it. If it comes up but if I clicked on a video, okay, this is movie discussion, maybe it's different, but I don't know. But the other algorithmic aspect is I would like to figure out how to get more views and subscribers, and like what is correct promotion versus what is not good promotion.
And what our own limits are of clickbait, titles, thumbnails.
Because like I've tried to stay away from it, but I've flirted with it before.
The problem is if you look at, I'm not going to say any names, but like the biggest channels.
Yeah, it's all clickbait.
But some of those specifically are targeted at kids or younger audiences,
which we wouldn't do. And when you upload a video, you have to click, is this made for kids?
Right.
Every time I click no, because I don't want. And the podcast is the exception. Every video we've ever done, I've never cussed once. I like go out of my way to make sure I don't curse, because I don't want anything to be messed with algorithmically, or if sponsorship becomes a thing, I don't want to have to change something about the way it's done. I don't do it. Here, different scenario. But on the actual produced content video stuff, I don't do that. And I don't feel like I need to either. Other than that's just the way I talk. and I would like it to come across as genuine, but I also don't feel like the way it is not genuine either. So, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like wearing, you know, slacks and a tie to a job interview. Like it's real. Like you're not faking it, but
it's a version of myself, I guess. But ultimately, it's also it's a presentation. You know, that's the way that I view the videos, and I don't think of them as like, because some of them I write the video and I say what I wrote. Some I write down bullet points and I'll put, you know, this thought, and then I'll figure it out as I'm going. Others I have nothing. I just say shit. Whatever comes to mind is what comes out. The one we did yesterday, I just said shit. It was the ABCs of Horror. I knew the movies, had zero clue what I was going to say until I said it. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. Sometimes it turns into dog shit. But, you know, like the thumbnail stuff, I've had fun making the thumbnails. I don't know that the thumbnails are productive. I don't know that they've yielded any sort of results. I'm going to write that down too, thumbnails. Because I don't want to do the dumb thumbnail face. Like, I don't, you know, like, oh my God, like, I don't do that because I look stupid. But I feel like in order for it to be an accurate representation of what it is, my face has to be on it. You know, I don't want someone to think they're going to click on, you know, I don't know what, and then, like, they see me. And
exactly,
it's, like, gross. Like, I don't want that. But, like, I flirted with the Mashtober video. I never once in my mind thought of it as I'm trying to watch 60 films in a month. But when I uploaded it, I was like, can I watch 60 horror films in 1 month? You know, I was like, maybe that'll, and it didn't. So, but the other thing is, like, the Chucky video that I uploaded is at 600-something views. It has steadily climbed over the past 3 months and keeps going.
That's fascinating.
And I don't understand why, because the video before that was Superman movies ranked, maybe. Did not do well. So, like, same topic, different topic, obviously, but the same format. But the other thing I think is, okay, is it about consistency of uploading? Do we get damaged when there's weeks in between uploads?
Could be.
Or is it, if it's every 3 days a video goes up, then it's going to keep getting thrown in algorithms?
Were Chucky and Superman similar lengths?
Let me look.
Yeah. I mean, anatomically they can't.
I mean,
right?
hey, yeah, I'm not not pocket watching Chucky and Swoops here.
Sure.
So, okay, which Superman film is best? Every Superman film ranked 129 views, 8 minutes. Which Chucky film is best? Every Child's Play film franchise ranked 604 views, 7 minutes.
So very close.
Like Final Destination, entire franchise ranked best to worst. 244 views, 5 minutes. That one's like way shorter. Like 5 biggest MCU hot takes has 104 views. That's 9 minutes long. Did James Gunn make the best Superman movie? 81 views, 8 minutes long, and that was, I want to say, pretty close to when it came out. But you know, like the most viewed one is Why Is Hollywood Afraid of Batman?
Right.
Which is it's semi-clickbaity.
It's a great title.
Yeah, but
it's a great title because that is something I would easily click on.
Because it's also, and I think I say it in the video, it's like, what do you mean? There's a million Batman movies every year. But that's, now we go deeper into it to what I mean there. You know, so like I think that one is, and that's the most viewed at 2,000 something. It doesn't get more specific. Second is the Alien Romulus and Why AI Has No Place in Filmmaking. That's 1.1 thousand views. That one's 12 minutes. The Batman one is also 12 minutes. So maybe there's something there.
And another like that is the AI one is so topical and will continue to be, especially as people dig in their trenches of if they use it or if they don't.
Well, and I wanted it to be like, this is an Alien Romulus or this is a discussion on AI through the lens of Alien Romulus. You know, so it was about that and topical. But like, so like the videos that I am a real big fan of that have happened here. Alien Romulus, Why AI Has No Place in Filmmaking, Why Is Hollywood Afraid of Batman, How to Grow Your Taste in Movies, vaguely, not really actually. And then Why Does Hollywood Remake So Many Movies? And I think those are my favorite ones because those are like, they're almost like video essays, but not edited like video essays. But it's like it's a firm breakdown of like a discussion, and I have to come up with like points.
Yeah.
And why.
A thesis.
Yeah. The ones that I don't like as much are like, let's see here. The 5 films I flirted with and liked at some points and didn't like at some points. I don't know the right way that I would want to do those. 5 biggest MCU hot takes. I didn't really. Anyone that's structured, actually, now that I think about it. I don't think I like doing the structured videos.
Interesting.
So the franchises, now if they're successful, I'll do them all day long, of course.
Sure.
But I don't think that I want to pursue
Well, that's
those.
good to realize, like, what you enjoy.
Because, and like, okay, so like when John Cena turned heel, that was like a very specific topical thing when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
What are the legs on that? Who knows? And obviously the heel turn went the way it went. But is that worth doing? Because I was chasing the high of this just happened. Let's be a midnight upload that people see Monday morning.
For sure.
I don't think it worked out that way, obviously. I think it only got 300 views. Well, I say only. That's good for us. Don't get me wrong. But that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking, if this goes in the algorithmic river and flows into everybody's thing.
And I don't think that's a bad way to think about it either, because it does, like, there were, going back to the YouTubers thing, there were a bunch of people that had a single video catch on, 400,000 views. Yeah. Just out of nowhere. Just and their response to that is always like, what the fuck happened? Why? Yeah. And a lot of the time it was just it's because I think now it might be such a complex beast of an algorithm, and who knows if they're, the sad part is they might be using AI in the background, especially with Google and Gemini and all that stuff to like figure out what people are into or how to get the most ad revenue out of something. But
well, I think about like when Hollywood is Afraid of Batman. I remember I uploaded it, 10, 15 views. The next day, 20 maybe. And then the third day was a Saturday. Got on there 100. And I was like, oh shit. Refreshed it 30 minutes later, 200. Throughout the night, it got up to 1,400 views. It had 1,000, something views in a day. And I remember like every time I refreshed it, it was going up. And my anxiety level went up too every single time because I thought, oh fuck. Now the toothpaste is out of the tube and I'm being perceived by people that don't know I exist. Like people in India are watching this, people in fucking Africa are watching this, people in Canada are watching, like everywhere are seeing me talk about this thing. And that was a very uncomfortable, unsettling experience. But ultimately it's like, that's what I want, but I don't want that at the same time. But that only happens when it gets in the algorithm and it catches on the right way. Exactly. But I don't want to just chase the algorithm, and I don't want to hunt for it either. Like, I want to make videos that are fulfilling to me, that I think that people would want to listen to, because it's not all about I would rather have 150 people that watch every single one of my videos than 10,000 that might watch one, Like, I would much rather have dedicated people that care, Like, I want people to care at the end of the day, but it's tricky. We'll have to study and figure out, how do we get people to care?
And see, I'm also curious how many if there are other channels that are like small to medium size that spin a bunch of different plates. Because I'm trying to think of people that I watch that do sort of, and most of them have a sphere that they
it's like a specific. Well, and even like going past that, and these are big channels, but something like Watch Mojo, they don't make videos about one thing.
That's true.
Every Watch Mojo video, you could scroll for 100 scrolls, and you might not find 2 videos on the same topic. But their niche is that they're top 10 videos. So that's kind of what I was saying earlier. If we make movie videos and pro wrestling videos, does that hurt? Or if they're the same style of video, does it matter? Because Watch Mojo is the same style. Well, like, what culture is the same style? Does it have to be the same substance? Who knows? I don't, and that's just something we'll have to figure out.
And maybe part of that is like retaining viewers, and kind of what I was saying earlier. If we upload a movie video that someone really loves, and then a wrestling thing comes along or a D&D thing comes along, and they're like, I don't give a shit about that. Yeah. Maybe they just move on. They don't come back to the channel for the movie thing.
Right.
So I don't know what that balance is, and maybe the answer is just more in general and having more of an option.
I think learning the statistics, because the YouTube Creator Studio is actually really good with statistics, but learning how to read those and understand them better is probably important to do. Something else I was curious about, and I'm going to write this. You know, the videos, they go anywhere from 8 minutes to 15 minutes. The podcasts are 2 hours, and the view time on those is very minimal. So I wonder if, you know, if you have 10 videos that range from 8 to 10 minutes, you know, and people are watching them for most of that time, but then you throw one video that's 2 hours long, that messes with your average video time. Because if the average used to be, if every video is 8 or 10, the average is 9. Now if you throw 2 videos in that are 2 hours long, the average is now 90 minutes.
Right.
And if only 8 minutes of that is the average viewership,
that's true,
of 90 minutes, does that fuck us?
That's a great question.
Because if that's the case, then we can't have the podcast on YouTube.
It's got to be a separate channel.
It has to be a completely separate channel.
Yeah.
And the way that I know YouTube has a podcast feature within the channel, which is the way that I uploaded, at least I thought was the way that I uploaded it, but it still appears in our feed normally as videos. So I don't understand how it works.
Yeah, I don't get that either. So Matt might have to just add that to the list of things to read about if there's literature.
So far I have figured out the algorithm. So what messes with it? Should it be focused or catch all? How do we get more views, subscribers? What's the right way to promote? What goes into a thumbnail? What is good in terms of upload frequency? Because something I think about. Is it good to upload a video every 2 days? Or should you upload a video every day? Or should you upload one a week? Like, because the way I view it, and I hope this is wrong, the way I view it is you upload it once every Friday, and then it has a week to grow legs and for people to keep watching it, or to find new people. But if you upload a video on Friday, and then you upload another video on Sunday, and then another one on Tuesday, does that bury the first video where people don't see it anymore? Am I cutting the legs out from under it and killing its lifespan by immediately dumping the next one? Yeah. Or is it better to just put as many out as you can and hope that one of them catches on and starts picking it up?
I don't know, because I'm trying to think about, it also might depend on how people are getting to the video.
Yeah, if it's showing up in their feed, like in their subscriber feed, then they're going to see it regardless. But if it's just getting recommended, then it doesn't matter when it was uploaded or what was uploaded after or whatever, because, you know, that's just not how it works. But that's something that we have to study and figure out.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm putting it on the list for. But like the way I would want to do it, this is what I want to do. In my mind, there are 5 shows that would be uploaded weekly on YouTube. The way I want to do it, just a random video, Just Smash Podcast, which is this. I want to start a solo interview podcast called Our Favorite Movie, where I interview people about their specific favorite movie.
Which is cool.
I've got a whole list of questions to ask everybody. Like, I put so much thought into this like 8 months ago, and then I didn't do anything with it, which is like...
Now it's time.
That's a problem. But, like, I think it would be so interesting. And if somebody has a favorite movie that's already been done, sorry, can't do it. Pick what's your second favorite, or we don't do it. You know, like I think that's an interesting layer of it too. But I think you learn so much about somebody from what their favorite movie is. When did they first see it? Do they show it to people? Do they talk about it? What about it's their favorite? Did they cry when they watched it? How many times have they seen it? Do they own it? You know, there's a million things you can go into. So random video, Just Smash Podcast, Our Favorite Movie. I want to do 5-Star Fridays. That's a loose thing. But I want to do, I don't know that it would be called that or that it would show up on Fridays, but I want to dissect one of my 5-star movies every Friday. So like this Friday, Her. You know, why do I love Her? What is it about it why is Her a masterpiece? That's what I would call it. And the next week, why is Paths of Glory a masterpiece? Why is Funny Games a masterpiece? Every Friday. That would get, I mean, I have 62 5-star, so that's 62 weeks. Right, of a 5-star Friday. Why is Avengers a masterpiece? Why is Jaws a masterpiece, right? So that's what, 4? And then the 5th one I want to do, and I can't do 5-star Fridays and physical media Fridays, but I want to do a physical media weekly thing. I've got this massive collection. We've got the shadow box. I want to take 10 random movies, turn on the camera and just talk about them. Like, oh, this is, the Belko experiment.
Right.
Okay, this is the 5-year engagement. This is Zack and Miri. This is Jaws. Like, and just whatever 10 movies I pick out and show off the Blu-ray and like promote the physical media aspect of it. I think those are like 5 solid videos to upload every week.
I think so.
And that's not to mention if I did something with like action figures, or if I did something with Funko Pops, or if, comic books or whatever. And that's not to mention if you did stuff, if you did D&D stuff or Pokemon stuff or whatever the fuck, But
exactly.
But if that hurts the algorithm to have a channel, and like a schedule of content that's released, every day,
right,
then it can't happen. But I don't know which one's right. Is it better to have a new video uploaded every single day, or is it better to only do 1 a week or 2 a week? That's what we have to figure out.
We'll start just like surface level reading and seeing here, because I do think without taking everything at 100% like trustworthiness, at least on Reddit, that might be a decent place to start. If there are some people that have, hey, I have 20,000 subscribers, this is what I found. Maybe there's value in that, and looking at what other people have done, what other similar channels do. If there are channels out there that have a sort of broad spectrum of topics, and just seeing what's out there, seeing what other people have said.
Yeah, because I don't know. I want to do more with it. The shitty thing ultimately, right now, it's a 2-man team, so it's like, it's hard to get shit done, and it's hard to shoot the videos, and it's like, I can edit it. It just takes me 2 hours. And it's like, theoretically, could I edit 1 a night? I could. It would just fucking suck. But like, I could do it. That just means we would have to shoot them in a greater frequency.
Yeah.
Which is like, once again, we could, but schedule-wise, time-wise, like, does that really permit us to do that sort of thing? But if we're making it a priority, then it has to. It has to be a priority.
Yeah.
Ideally, I would like to have a team of 4 or 5 people that are editing videos, and they're going up, that way. And making them, too, because I want more people on the channel, too, is the other thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, I don't need it to be the Just Josh show, Like, I would like it to be just MASH, which is everything.
And, like, since that's something I've thought about, I had that D&D video idea.
Which did well. It has 400 views.
Excellent. And I like that sort of, kind of like the Batman video, and the, almost like an essay kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that was a good experiment for me. I like that I was able to put it out there. It wasn't 100% what I envisioned, but nothing ever is.
Right.
And I was able to sort of like, okay, I did that. And I have not had that same desire to do another one until recently.
Oh, okay.
And now I'm like, okay, what could I improve on? What do I want to do next? Because I do if I did one, I don't think it would be about movies.
Right.
It would be about some other...
Doesn't need to be.
Some other nerdy thing. Because I like the D&D sphere. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff about it. And that's like my favorite thing to think about and daydream, right? It's just that shit. So I think there's probably some other... You could
do like crafting a character.
I think that's a great...
How to build your character, but not like you pick this attribute, but like what goes into creating a character.
Exactly, yeah. Something like that I would love to do, and to sit down and write out, a thesis. I love a thesis, and I love... shout out to Defunct Land. I love that side of... Almost like the investigative side of things is really interesting to me, and those are the videos that kind of I take with me that just stick out. So yeah, something in that sphere I would love to explore and to sit down and to do something like that again.
And it's like if all the videos that I said earlier, if there's 5 that go up regularly, that means you could upload bi-weekly or monthly if it was big enough.
True.
It doesn't have to be every day necessarily. Or it could be you have a weekly video essay that goes up every Thursday or whatever the fuck it ends up being. I would like to do vlog stuff too.
I do too.
Like we go on fig hunts like for action figures, comic books, movies, whatever, trading cards. Like I would like to film those, I think. And also like we see a movie every Thursday. That's like a weekly video. That is a thing. Like, why can't we film us going to, like, the Targets and Barnes & Noble and stores and then film us going to the theater, like, have footage of us going in, and then we do a review after? Like, oh, this was the fucking caught stealing vlog. This was the fucking smashing machine,
which would be
vlog.
so fun.
Yeah, and it's a time capsule. It's a thing for us to go back to and watch as home movies, but it's a way to take people with us. Because when the only exposure you have on the channel is the podcast and the D&D. But the D&D is a focused thing. It's not a personality.
Right.
This is us talking. Mine is, it's me doing the videos, but you're not learning about me. You're not learning about the way that I interact with things.
Right. Your opinions are in them, but it's not a sort of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not hanging out with me.
Right.
It's because it's edited and it's produced. Whereas the vlogs would almost be like this, where it's we're just fucking around, or it's hanging out with us. This is what it's going with.
And that would be fun. We tried one.
We have one, and I still have it uploaded. Well, not uploaded. I have it edited, and I've watched it, and it's good. Well, it's not good. It's fine.
Yeah.
I think it's what I have in mind. Is what I'll say.
Maybe if we just warm up to the.
Yeah, I'll send it to you because I don't know that you've ever seen it even.
No, I've seen I remember watching. I did watch some of it years ago. But
yeah, because it's old.
Yeah,
I think it's
when we did it?
2022.
Oh wow!
I think it's January of 2022.
When January is a tough month.
Because the whole, for people that don't know, I say this literally every podcast. We do a film challenge. I feel like I say literally every fucking podcast.
Well,
but for people that don't know, I hate being the guy that just talks about things and assumes people knows.
And also, I think it should be talked about because it's a great idea.
And it's sick as fuck.
It's sick as fuck. I've never seen anything else.
Yeah.
Anybody else do something like that.
And what's crazy is the genesis of the film challenge is me getting Letterboxd in 2014 and making a yearly, I'm going to watch 100 movies and never finishing it. Because I never once finished one, ever. And then I was like, okay, let's do it like this. And then we turned it into this whole thing, and it's a yearly thing we do.
And it's got rules and
it's way cooler.
It is so fun.
It's it's interesting, though, to see 17-year-old me, what his vision of that was and what it's become. I think it's neat. But so what I was saying, for those that don't know, we do a film challenge every year. And the 2022 film challenge, I think it was 22. The Ridley Scott, Tom Cruise film Legend was the second movie on the list.
It was
very
early.
And I had the idea in my head, because I'm a physical media collector, I was going to buy every movie on the list. And we were going to watch them on Blu-ray. And at the end, I would have this stack of 100 movies that was the Just Mash Film Challenge. I bought Legend, and that's it. But that vlog was about hunting down Legend. Because we went to Barnes & Noble, and I thought it was there, it wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
Or actually, it was there, but the case was cracked.
Broken, yeah.
And I was like, well, fuck. So then we went to the second Barnes & Noble, which doesn't exist anymore, and they had it, I had to dig, but I found it, and I was like, oh, my God, we got a video. Came home, we watched it, it sucked.
Yeah. I was so
Bad
bummed
movie.
out by that.
Could have been great.
So bummed out. Because I was just getting into the fantasy side of things.
Look cool.
Just didn't.
Which is not very good. But then we did a video after, because we were doing video podcasts at the time. So it was shot the same way. I'm fat and disgusting and horrible looking in it. Every time I watch it, I'm like, oh, God.
Oh, no.
Beat this man in the streets, disgusting. But it's a funny little thing. So I would like to do that again. I need to write that down too.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But I don't know, man. The vision I have for the channel is I like what it is right now. It's just not the vision that I have for the channel.
Sure.
It's fine what it is right now, but I want it to be more than that.
Growth is a good thing to shoot for.
Exactly. The problem is I shoot for it in my mind every day and night, and then I've made 0 steps to make that happen, which is part of what this is and part of what this list is going to be.
Yeah.
But the problem is so much of it is the tech aspect, which I don't understand.
It's endlessly frustrating too, because the other limitation to that is, having the money to afford the correct tech or tech that would make things easier. Because there's a lot of people out there, a lot of big channels that, one, just have people do stuff for them, but two, they have gear setups when they go out and vlog, and they have specific equipment for it, and that all, I don't want to use that as an excuse as to why we can't do something like that.
Right, because there's a way that you can do anything.
Exactly.
Because the floor is is pretty low for tech. The ceiling, though, is high.
Very
so
high.
It's like, where do you fall in? Because we want it to be professional. We want it to be produced, and we want it to look and sound good.
I would like to look like it to look like something I would want to watch.
And I would like for it to look the way I picture it in my mind. Because when we would do the video podcasts, I would picture close-up, POV shots of each of us while we're talking about stuff like you see on TikTok.
Like the It's Always Sunny podcast? Like
something like
exactly
that.
Exactly.
And then I would watch it, and it would be, me tilted, fat as fuck, and you on the other side, and it's one camera angle, and you can't see us because it was so far away. And I would sit there and upload them and look and be like, no, first of all, no one's watching, which is a whole different thing. Second of all, why would they when it looks like this? There's no reason for that. I don't know. The next thing I added was, what tech do we need for video podcasts that are video calls in 3 ways, LOL.
So the video podcast in the way that we're picturing it, I think, is probably like an end stage. We're going to need some tech and
a studio,
and a studio,
and a producer that can watch because the other thing is, like, when I think when Kevin Smith and Mark Bernardin had first started doing Fat Man on Batman, they would do it in a studio, and Kevin would live direct it.
Oh wow!
They would talk, and he would say, I don't know what the person producing it was. Let's say his name was Bob. He'd be like, Bob, give me a POV. And it would cut to Kevin talking, and he would talk. And he'd say, okay, go back to a wide. And it would be them two. Or he would say, zero in on Mark while Mark was... Like, he would direct it while it was happening. Wow. And it's like... I'm not saying that's what we need to do, but if we had someone that had the ability to switch camera angles and record it that way and not have to edit it in post,
right?
But it can be done while we're talking, that would be, like, cool.
That would be ideal.
Problem is, we would need the equipment.
Mm-hmm.
We would need a studio, and or a place to do it, and we would need a person.
Yeah. We
would need, a heartbeat and lungs and legs and fingers, and that's like a lot.
Definitely, it's doable.
Yes.
At an end state. So, like, I think that's a great thing to shoot for.
Yeah.
Because we could acquire all that along the way, I think.
Sure, yeah. That could be a 6-month goal.
Yeah. Producer, I think, is huge. Once we acquire that, then we can, we'll start with one camera.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll add in things or whatever.
Even if it was like mainline camera and then 2 phones for the POV shots or something like that, the editing would be tougher because that means somebody would have to go through and edit the 3 video clips and pick out which one should be for which would be annoying, but that would be the job, that would just be what it is.
Yeah.
Because then it becomes, okay, what is the frequency as to which we're doing the video podcasts, Because, like, I've had, like, a parabola of perspective of what I want the podcast to look like, audio, and then the goal was, let's do this video. And then it was like, wow, this blows. And then it was like, well, now we just didn't podcast for a while, and now we're back to audio. I would like to have video pod, because I think that's an extra step in getting people to know us and to, like, get comfortable and learn us and that sort of stuff. But I don't want to do it at the expense of the production.
Yeah.
Because the other thing was when we were doing the video podcasts, we had to stop every 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the camera and, like, all that extra bullshit, and that definitely hurt it. The other thing is, like, we were talking about this earlier off camera, or off mic, but, like, the way we do pods are different. The things we talk about are different from what they used to. We used to we would do gimmicks and we would do games, but we would also, like, just talk. We would also just do random bullshit, like, just cash, just mash casual. Now we don't do that. We can't do that. This is kind of that. This is like a reflection of what it used to be. Because we used to just be able to go. Now we have to have a game or a gimmick, and those are fun, and I like doing those, but it's a crutch that has, like, removed the ability to do what we used to do, which is a shame, and we have to figure out how to get back to it.
I think this is a good step.
It is.
Because it's specific, and we started this with a specific, like, umbrella of things that we wanted to talk about, but
it can turn into whatever.
It can turn into whatever.
Branch out and do different things.
And next week we could have no fucking nothing.
It could just be whatever. And that's, and I question, would a video podcast affect our ability to do that? Would we feel the need to have a more focused thing if we're being filmed for it? I don't know. And I also think, like, back in the day we had Just Mash and we had 5 questions.
Yes.
And, like, Just Slash was a thing. At what point is that too much? And at what point could we do more?
I know.
Like, it's like, in your mind, ideally, how many podcasts would you want to do a week?
I would say 2 to 3.
I think that's a fair number.
I that without getting, and each week it might be different, but I think 2 to 3, I could, like, removing everything else, like job or other priorities, like that, ideal. I could easily do that.
Yeah.
And that's how many different things I could talk about, I think.
Yeah.
Beyond that, more than 3 days, I don't think so. I think I would just run out of steam.
Well, and I think back in the day, my mind was 7 podcasts a week, 1 a day. Now it's like, if there's YouTube videos going up, then you could do 2 podcasts a week. And the other 5 days can just be videos. Once again, if that's what the algorithm wants. Who knows? But I don't know. That's kind of the thing I think about it. Because I want to do the favorite movie podcast. Like, I really want to.
I think you should. I 100%.
If we can figure out what the tech is, then I could start it next week. I've got a list of people that I could.
You probably have. So, just because we're thinking out loud here,
right?
If you, I don't know how easy it would be to use the Lumix, our camera that we've done for movie stuff. I don't know how easy that would be to use as a webcam, but I think a webcam.
Mm-hmm. Do you think this webcam?
It might be laptop? Because that laptop is so new.
Might be okay.
It might be okay. I would later today or next time you get time.
Yeah.
Just record.
Yeah.
Just
see
how you
like.
wherever you would sit.
Mm-hmm.
I think these mics were perfect.
Yeah.
And then there's probably some better way to screen record or record sound, like through the laptop.
Right.
The other half, there's 2 ways you could do it. You could record everything that's coming into you on your system, or you could have whoever's
record
theirs
and send it to me,
and then send it to you. That would probably be higher quality.
My fear would just be what is their ceiling and floor for understanding it.
Exactly.
Not understanding it, but like, how tech literate are they? Do they have GarageBand? Can they access it? Do they have a microphone? Do they have a webcam? Because there's other, like, I know StreamYard is something that people use a lot, but I've heard it's expensive. The monthly fee for the software is expensive. So that's like a shitty thing. But my idea for it, episode 1 could be this. I would want it to be a video thing because the other episodes would be.
Right.
But if we sat a camera down, you could be the guest of episode 1 and we could talk about Back to the Future. And then I could go and talk to Nico about whatever his favorite film is, and then Kalen whatever his film is, and then Chase Kelly whatever his favorite film is.
Yeah.
And then all the people that I know in different parts of the world that I could talk to through that. And it's like, I think that would be a good show. I really
100%.
It's just
100%.
The tech part of it is what like fucks with me.
We'll figure that out. I mean, we'll try it with as free as we can get it.
Yes. Because I can't have anyone pay for anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't. Especially because I'm not making any money off of it to pay people for it. It's just like a,
Yeah. I think your half will be very easy.
Yeah.
Especially if the camera on that Mac is decent.
Because I could just do this.
You could just do exactly that.
And it would just be, what is there? Because I would want, if it was someone I really wanted on, maybe an exception could be made. But if they didn't have good audio, I wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to sacrifice the quality for the conversation.
I think most people, even a gaming headset, I think would be just like hearing how it sounds through Discord.
Yeah.
Maybe Discord has an option where you could record sound on there. I know a lot, like streamers, that's how they communicate.
That's true.
And have stuff like that. Discord might be a great resource. And even if you can unlock higher quality with like Nitro, which is not all that expensive. So if we had like a Just Mash Discord and we paid for Nitro, $6 a month on there to get access to those tools, that might be worth it. But I think the audio might be the easier part. It would just be if they're being recorded on their webcam, maybe even the phone. If you could figure out how to do it on the phone, that might be
what I was thinking. Like,
ideal.
It wouldn't have to be like, you know how on Zoom it'll like, if you're talking, it'll focus on you, and then when the next person's talking, it'll switch. It wouldn't have to be like that. It could be like there's a graphics overlay, and both of our cameras are on the entire time.
Exactly.
Like, I would be comfortable doing the video like that, where you could just see us both the entire time. And I was thinking, like, with FaceTime, like if you had a Mac,
it might
you
be.
could FaceTime, if that would be worth doing, doing it that way. I don't know. But I don't know. I've tweeted before, like, does anyone know how to do, and then there didn't get any response, unfortunately.
Well, and like on Zoom, I know Zoom it's not the best platform.
Yeah.
But I've been at meetings at work where you can just straight up record the meeting.
Right.
And if there's only 2 people in the meeting, both of those are going to be side by side.
Yeah.
The whole time.
And it's going to be good audio. Probably.
And it's going to be...
As long as the mics are good.
As long as the mics are good, yeah, the audio is going to be good.
That might be the avenue then.
Maybe we test that out, because you and I could test that out.
That's true, and it could be a good pilot.
Yeah.
Because I would have to work out the kinks. Of,
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up my list of questions real quick.
Okay.
I have to scroll to fucking...
I will marry you, yes. You don't even have to ask.
Good, because I don't have the knees. I don't have the knees for proposing these days. I mean... you spend so much time on a bathroom floor, your knees are going to go.
In the last year, I've seen, this is a crazy tangent, I've seen people, if there's a video of a proposal, the guy, whoever's on, getting down on one knee to propose, the internet has will critique your posture.
I was about to say the way
how
you
your
lay,
legs are positioned, and I'm like, okay, I'm noted.
That's so fucked up.
Noted.
You ever see and I don't want to do a meninist thing because that's not who we are, but people will say when men, it's so gross when men cry, and then it's like the dude will screen record and switch to a notes app and scroll 300 things and write it down. Do not cry, that shit.
Those are always funny.
Do not propose on knee with bad posture.
Yeah, make sure your back is straight and your knees are at 90-degree angles or 45-degree angles or whatever.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's.
Let's see here. Favorite. I'm just gonna search it. This is what I should have done the entire time.
Searching?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Searching my notes app. It's an underrated.
I do it all the time on just my whole phone.
Oh, that's
also you can search. Have you done searching in your images? It's very good. For years.
So.
Years ago, Apple included an update where you could and I hope it's not AI because that would be gross. Mm-hmm. But if you search for cup or glass in your photos, it will pull up things with a decent. It's not perfect, and I haven't used it in a little bit.
Yeah,
it will pull up pictures where there are cups or glasses or whatever the cars in those photos.
Let's give me a word.
Sunglasses.
I haven't worn a pair of sunglasses in probably 15 years.
Okay.
Watch this. This is me on my 4th birthday.
Holy shit.
This is Oscar the Grouch trash can and Ernie and Elmo.
Wow.
Sesame Street logo, but yeah, it's me there's a tag on it. So I got these for my birthday.
Wow.
Don't know what happened to them. I doubt they'd fit.
That's crazy. Yeah. That has to be the thumbnail for whatever this is. Whatever.
No way. Not a
Share
chance.
that with the world.
There's this when we saw the 2018 Halloween.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at that.
The camera quality is
dog shit.
Dark.
Yeah, pretty horrific. See, 33 photos came up when I typed in something. Oh, look. This is me as Robin when I was a child.
I love that picture. Was that in the yearbook, like the 8th grade yearbook for?
Maybe.
I think it wasn't. If it wasn't that one, then it was a different.
There's a lot of
Robin costume.
Yeah, me Robin content out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good amount of that.
James Gunn, look no further.
I know, right? This is me as
Which Robin are you in those? Oh, see, yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, in my mind, it's Dick Grayson. In reality, being that this was probably 99, it's probably Tim Drake, which is fine. I like Tim Drake, but I would like to be Dick Grayson,
Yeah,
because I love Dick.
Oh, we got him.
Got him. Sirens going off.
Yeah.
Gas canister shoots through the window.
That it's ages old at this point, but that I don't know what it's from. All the SWAT busting into that house and they're running through the walls. Do you know what I'm talking about? The GIF.
Vaguely, maybe.
I'll have to find it and show you. But
do you know what I got on my phone for initially? Because I don't remember.
You were gonna search your questions.
Oh, that's right. For the favorite. Okay, here we go. So the questions I would ask. Okay, what's your favorite movie?
Back to the Future.
Okay, why is it your favorite? You don't have to. You can give a quick.
It was my dad's.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, he's like...
Right. He's a dad.
He's a dad.
Because my dad doesn't...
one of his favorite... Now, today, he would say Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, he pivoted.
And he's firm in that, but
right.
I remember watching it with him as a kid. And, oh, my God, yeah, this is great. This is a goddamn flying car.
So the next question would be, what was the first time you saw it?
Yeah.
Or the first time you remember seeing it, at least.
I was young.
Or if it was just always... Young. You don't know a world without that movie.
We had it on VHS. It was old.
Because this is a unique thing, because your film... It's a familiar thing and it predates you. My film I watched when it came out,
which is wild,
and was a transformative experience. When I pirated it on my phone, laying on the futon in my living room while my dad watched football and crying. You know.
Do you know what game it was that was playing?
Shit, a shitty one probably. Favorite scene?
Oh, the Johnny B. Good concert.
Fair. Have you shown it to anyone? The first, like, have you ever had the experience of showing someone, but maybe not because yours is a classic.
It's so popular that I don't know.
Yeah, like I showed Britt her. Technically,
what was his?
He loved it.
That's great.
He thought it was really good,
That's
and
great.
I was shocked by it. But he liked it a lot, and it was on, and we were channel surfing. And I was like, oh, this is my favorite movie of all time. And I was like, I want to watch the opening scene, but I had no interest in ever watching it, like, with someone else. It's still the only time I've ever watched it with someone else. But we watched the entire thing, and he was
cool.
That was good.
And he's love him, but he's particular about what he likes.
Yeah, and he would also never just act like something.
Yeah, he would
good.
never placate you.
He wouldn't do that. Yeah. The two things that surprised me he liked were that and La La Land. He also liked that one.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Although I didn't show him that one. He just watched that one. Or maybe
now he's got
maybe
La La
he saw
Land
that
tattoos.
in theaters with us. Yeah. Do you own it? You own it.
I do.
I would assume.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
I own like a trilogy pack thing.
Which,
Blu-ray.
in my opinion, is the only way to own it.
I know, because
they're also tied together.
Two is not just as good, but I love the future stuff, and I love the predictions and all that stuff. And the third one makes me like the Western atmosphere, which
might be one of the few good Western movies, right? Have you seen it in the theater? Which
yes.
We did see it in the theater in 2022. It's actually in theaters next month, too.
Hell yeah.
So, I don't know. And how often? Do you watch it often, or is it a rare watch?
No. I mean, I definitely used to more at home.
Right.
Now,
and that probably contributes to why it's a favorite.
Exactly.
I don't watch my favorite movie ever because I want it to be
How many
special.
times have you seen it?
7.
7.
Maybe, since 2014.
Are they all? Well, okay, yeah. Yeah, since you started Letterboxd in 2014.
The first 2 or 3 probably wouldn't have been logged if I had to guess.
But yeah, so not very often at all.
Yeah.
Because it is so familiar, and you and I have different appetites for rewatching movies.
That's true. Yeah.
I typically this goes for a lot of stuff. I tend to get worn out.
Yeah.
If I watch something, and I can just I don't know. Music, I've been like that.
Mm-hmm.
Movies, I'm like that. TV shows, I'm very sensitive. Well, TV shows might actually be the exception.
But
because
you know why? It's because there's 200 episodes.
There's 200 episodes, yeah.
You know, you can watch a TV show 10 times.
True.
But you're only watching an episode 10. You know, you're not. Yeah. It's not like a movie. It's a different thing.
But yeah, so that, and because I watched it so much back then, I feel like You've
seen it so
think
much.
About it.
Yeah, you don't need to watch it.
I don't need to watch it.
It's like when you do too much acid and it gets stuck in your spinal fluid and you crack your back and then you trip.
I hate when that happens. Yeah,
yeah, you start tripping. Avid acid users here.
I know.
But that's what it's like. You have such a memory of it. And for me, through rewatches, I grew affinity for things. And that's where I develop, the ability to fucking go on an acid trip, of Wedding Crashers whenever I want to, right? But so that's like an abridged version of what it would be.
That's cool.
Because, like I said, I think there's so much you learn about someone from what their favorite movie is and why. But I also would love to get into, Back to the Future is a big one. I would like to find someone whose favorite movie is fucking Anomalisa.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's fucking break that down because how many people are talking about it,
Right.
But I want there to be a mix and a balance. But to me, the idea of it is you're only on once because everyone only has one favorite movie, So, like, this is the time to fucking do it. The other thing I would probably do is use that as a chance to rewatch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so then it's like I'm coming in fresh. Because it might also, if somebody was like, oh, yeah, my favorite movie is a fucking Coen Brothers movie, I would be like, oh, all right. Well, let's talk about this. Why is that? Because I don't like most of their stuff. Although I will say I've changed my tune on a lot of it through rewatches, actually.
Right.
You know, but that just as an example, I don't know. But I think there's legs to that show. I think
so too. And you know how we are. I'm thinking, oh, if you got, you know, somebody on, like a celebrity on, or somebody who works in movies, because you're only doing one movie can be talked about one time.
Yeah.
Who gets what movie?
True.
Is interesting.
Very true.
Like if someone, like let's say you get, for example, Mark Maron to talk about how his favorite movie is The Godfather.
Yeah. Then it's his.
The Godfather.
He gets
That's
The Godfather.
his episode.
No one
that's
else
his
gets The Godfather.
So I think that is a fun.
That's an interesting
element to it.
And
too.
I would strike with, okay, well, do I want to talk about their second favorite movie, or are they disqualified now?
Yeah.
You know, but my thing is like, Her is absolutely my favorite movie of all time. There's not a discussion. There's not a debate. But I have about 40 other movies that I could talk about as my favorite movie. But is it genuine? Because they're not my favorite.
Right.
They're tied for second.
Some people don't have that.
That's true.
They
Not
have
everyone has a
3 or
favorite.
4.
And then I would be like, okay, this one's taken. Let's do this one.
Yeah.
You know,
that might be a good, you know, if you had, and then you could just figure out like down the road if you had someone that wanted to do The Godfather and that was already taken. Like, I'm sure there's some way to have.
And I could budge on it eventually. My thing is, how many people is The Godfather their favorite? How many do I do 50
Probably,
episodes about The Godfather?
And really, like, is it really your favorite?
Well, and that's
like,
a whole other.
That's a whole other beast.
Yeah,
because it is
but that's
such a
also like, okay, why is that your favorite movie? Oh, it's the best movie of all time. Okay, but why is it your favorite movie? Because those aren't the same things.
Exactly.
People don't always, you know.
Yeah.
But I would love to get into the fucking, you know, like one of the. He's a Twitch streamer now, but Adam Pacitti, he was big on wrestling YouTube. Like his favorite movie of all time is Mary and Max, which is a fucking phenomenal animated film. It's an amazing. But you're not gonna find that many people that is their favorite movie. So like, let's fucking go deep in that. Like, why is that your favorite? Like, tell me about when you saw it. You know, like that. You know, theatrical experience if that happened.
Oh, for sure.
What would you do to see this in a theater? Would you watch it with other people? You know, what would it mean? What does it mean to you? You know, what would you ask the person that wrote it? You know, shit like that. Like, that's what I want to do with it, but we have to figure out the tech.
Yeah. I really don't think it'll be that bad. Yeah. I think we try some betas with the Zoom. Yeah. And just go from there.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do a pilot and we'll do it that way.
Because if we can I have the app. Like if we could set up a meeting with each other, and then just like screen record,
and that might be the way to do it.
That's it.
Because most people are on it. I've never used it, but most people are on it. I think so. It really, as long as they have good audio.
Yeah,
that's.
And I'll even use like my. I think the
we could try a bunch of different
Apple, like those.
Oh yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
We can start there, and then if that doesn't work, then I think there's an easy way to like plug up a microphone to that.
We have regular Apple earphones. You have AirPods, right? Mm-hmm. AirPods, gaming headset.
Yeah.
This mic. We could try, and then just a iPhone speaker.
Yeah.
Like on the phone. We could try all those and see what each one sounds like.
Yeah.
And figure it out from there. Because that's something that I could do whenever. Mm-hmm. You know, and especially because it would be people in different parts of the world. It's like my schedule. You know, I'm awake.
Like when the Brits are
when they're starting their gimmicks. So I don't know, and I think having that where visually, you know, that's a graphic overlay and and then the videos of me just talking, and then if you did video essays, and then shadowbox videos of me with the movies or toy or whatever, that gives the channel just such a variety, you know, a diverse identity with all of the different types of videos uploaded. I think that would do a lot, once again, if the algorithm supports
I guess the worst case, if we decide that, yes, this isn't negatively affecting the algorithm, okay, 2 channels.
Yeah.
3 channels.
Yeah.
And then we
channel for each thing. The Just Mash Network.
Yeah.
You know,
because you can have like
a
parent or an umbrella on there that you can set up, but
which does intrigue me, the idea of having the individual ones.
There's like pros and cons because I like having a one-stop shop. I think that is appealing. I love stuff like that. But again, because we both just described minutes ago how if someone is talking about something and they switch to another thing, even if we like that other thing, just doesn't, it's not elastic.
No,
something gets lost there.
It can be so disarming in a way too, where it's like, depending on how it's introduced,
Yeah. But yeah, there's ways around all that.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else YouTube wise that I'm like want to figure out or want to learn or want to do. Might be most of it.
Yeah, nothing that I can like.
And I wrote it all down. I mean,
yeah, that was good.
So I don't know. Movie wise, Nausea's finished. We Can Be Heroes is finished. Those are 2 scripts that could be shot tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nausea, part of me would love to like do a second draft of it. The problem is I don't have it online. I only have a PDF of it.
Ooh.
So I would have to retype it.
There might be ways to convert.
If you could figure that out, I would do a second swing at it.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
I'll try it. Because I have a... I don't know if it's Fade In. I have another software on my computer.
Right.
And I purchased the Final Draft mobile edition for like $5 years ago. Which $5 for an app is like crazy.
Yeah.
But it is an edition of Final Draft with all of the tools associated.
And if it's a lifetime thing.
And it's a lifetime thing.
Because I use Writer Duet, and I've only ever used Writer Duet.
They might have a function on there that...
It kind of suck.
Yeah, I know. It's like the Fade In isn't perfect, but it's very good. My biggest problem is that it's bare bones.
Yeah.
Final Draft has a lot of bells and whistles.
Right.
But how many do you really need?
I get overwhelmed by that. I like bare bones.
Yeah, well, I'll look into that if you...
But yeah, I mean, no, I don't know that... I'm not like a huge... I know you're supposed to always do multiple drafts. I'm just not... I know people shit on it, but I truly am an edit-as-I-go person. Like, that's just the way I do
just
it.
whatever works for you.
I agree. Like, ultimately, whatever gets it done is...
Because I think...
But I don't like going back through it.
Yeah.
Like, when I finish, I finish. I put so much thought into it.
Right, especially on the way.
Yeah.
I think I have a tough time with the editing as you go because I just get bogged down. So what I've tried to do now is just, even if I think it sucks in that second,
right,
finish it.
Yeah.
So that I can go back and think, like, change my mind or edit things, and that has been helpful.
And I've tried. If I'm writing like if I was writing a college paper or something, I would do it that way probably. But I think I just know the roadmap.
Yeah. Of
what I'm writing, when I get stuck like that, I don't want to just get through it. I need to figure that out.
Yeah.
And that's killed like 3 scripts because I can't get past a certain thing.
Right.
Like that college one that I wanted to do, like I couldn't get past the presentation thing.
Mm-hmm.
Although in my defense, well, that's irrelevant. But yeah, I don't know. I think Nausea could be improved. Also, perspective in time has changed that. I'm older now.
Yeah. What is it? Would that influence what you want the film to be and like what you want to say out of it and stuff like that?
And like the headspace I was in then versus now is not similar at all, really. So it's, I don't know. Heroes, though, I don't feel like it needs a
it feels timeless.
Yeah, like it feels. I feel like if I were writing Heroes right now, I would have written it the same exact way. There's not a thing I would do differently about it. I would probably think, how can I shoot this cheaper?
Yeah.
But my problem is I go into every script that I write, okay, how can I shoot this with as little people as possible in places that I have available to me 24/7 for no money? And then by the end of it, I've written this giant set piece with 30 people.
I know. Because the problem is that you have taste, and what you want to see on the screen is just like a slightly different than what we have access to. Because I'm the same exact way.
I don't want to sacrifice the story.
Yeah. If that's where the story goes, that's where the story goes.
Yeah, and I would rather, I want to do it, and I want to do it right, but I would rather have a finished script that is everything I want it to be than a finished movie that is half of what it could be.
Oof.
Because I pulled back writing it, because I was like, oh, don't go that far.
Right.
I would rather just have a, perfect, not perfect, but, I would rather be able to show someone a fully formed thing of what I think, what was in my head when I wrote it. But who knows? But I mean, I've got 3 other things that are 40 to 60 pages done that I would love to finish. You know, the problem is one of them was the college thing. Cannot get past the project within the film. Cannot figure out what that is. The second one was a romantic comedy, and it was about is kind of like the thing that I've always thought is, at what point are you a snake eating its tail when your whole life is based around the things you like? So, like, at what point do you have to start creating something to matter? You know, if you were all of your influences, how can you influence someone else?
I struggle with that.
It's something I think about a lot. Like when I, like in pro wrestling, I'll see wrestlers that they come out and they're wearing like Bret Hart tribute gear. And then like the next month they're wearing, you know, Shawn Michaels tribute gear. And then the next month they're wearing Undertaker. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Now no one can pay tribute to you.
Yeah.
You have no identity because you were so caught up in your influences and your references that you can't be paid tribute to. If I try and make Kevin Smith movies and I make 10 of them, nobody can make Josh Davenport movies. Because I just made Kevin Smith movies.
Yeah.
And that's what the movie was going to be about. And I had this great nightmare sequence written because it took place in my dad's old house, where it was like the guy wakes up, you know, it was essentially me, wakes up, and I don't remember how it started, but he like looks down and he's got a Green Lantern ring on his finger, and it like won't come off. And something else happens, and he goes into the bathroom, and he's wearing like a Mandalorian helmet, and it won't come off. And when he finally takes it off, he looks in the mirror, and he looks like Joaquin from Her, the poster. Because the poster was going to be in the background of the movie because that's his favorite movie, like me. And it was going to be me playing it, and I was going to have like the mustache like Joaquin. And then he wakes up, and he's like, oh my God. You know, it's like his whole life is the things he loves, but he's never contributed.
Yeah.
He's never created. He's never done anything. And that's what I wanted it to be about. But it was also like a rom-com. Like there was like a romantic aspect to it, you know. And like I had a fun trick-or-treat sequence that takes place on Halloween where he's dressed as Mick Foley, like Mankind. And like I had a bunch of cool stuff that I was going to do with it, but I just didn't finish it. And the problem that I get in when I do seasonal movies like that is I'm like, well, I missed the chance to shoot it.
I know.
It's December. Now I got to wait until October again. And then October comes and it's not finished. And then, so it's like, I don't know. I would like to do that. And then the other one I started writing during COVID, and it was about a ghostwriter. And he worked at like a ghostwriting business, essentially.
I remember that.
I sent you. I think I got 40 pages into that one. And that one was sad in some ways because it was like a heartbreak kind of thing. It was like a post-breakup type thing. And I would like to finish all three of those. Who knows if I have the capacity to finish all three of those.
I know.
I think I do, but I think I would need someone to get like a branding iron and put it in coal and then like hold it next to me and say, write 10 pages right now.
Yeah.
That's what
Which
it would
is
take.
like every writer says it, like, doesn't matter if you do 1 page or 10 pages, do it every day. And that is something I've struggled with so bad. Because I'm the same way. I've got like 4 unfinished things. And that's kind of where, because I have started some stuff and I'm like, I like this. It would be better as a short.
Right.
Because I have an end, like I have an end to this scene, and that's kind of where I want to leave it off. And then how many shorts have turned into full-fledged movies after things open up, or if you have another idea. But like that's kind of what I wanted to bring up, is that I have like 3 short scripts that I could 3 more pages done. That's a whole thing. Could be shot and edited entirely at the Falls of the Ohio, the state park here, like for nothing, with 1 or 2 people. That could go up on the YouTube. It doesn't have to. We don't have to sell it. We don't have to put it in theaters.
But just something that was made.
It's just
something to go out
a practice, a thing to watch. Because nobody makes money off short films. People have tried.
It's just not a thing.
It's just not gonna. It's not, unless you make a bunch of them and they're funny and you put them on TikTok. Stuff like that.
Which would, isn't, it's not an option.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not necessarily my interest, but it's not an option,
But yeah, so like that's kind of, I think that would help me just to sort of, this is an idea that is finished. The cap has been put on. It's somewhere. People can watch it. Like that is valuable. And how much are we going to learn from editing and lighting and all that stuff, and how to make
just doing it,
the
experience of it
without the burden of having to do a feature length fucking thing that we have tried and gotten so far into with real, like, we've had a lot of people help us on the 2 movies combined, but the engine obviously has to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
And for a 2-man engine to get as far as we did on all of those, I think is really cool.
It is impressive. It's hard to be proud of it and to look at it that way because it failed.
Yeah.
And maybe failed isn't the right way, but it didn't happen.
Exactly.
But I do think if we were looking at 2 other people in the same exact situation, we would be like, wow, good for them.
Yeah.
They tried really hard, you know?
Yeah. And for a lot of people, that's maybe where it would have ended.
And it can't end there for us.
No.
That's not an option.
Especially when we agonize over it.
Yeah.
And there's like probably not a 7-day period where we don't bring up one of those two experiences. But I look back on it so fondly because of how fun it was.
They were great experiences.
And even in the moment, like all the different places we went to for different scenes.
And people that we met.
And people that we met.
I was talking to Chase about it earlier. I was like, the first day that we were shooting We Can Be Heroes, there were like 7 or 8 people. And I was like, this is the Avengers. Mm-hmm. Like the Avengers were assembled for this, you know, and like we could do anything with this crew.
That was so fun.
Yeah, it was cool, and it's
that was
like,
so fun.
Especially because we don't know people, like we don't know that many people, and we don't meet people like ever. But this is another thing I told Chase earlier. I was like, how capable I felt in 2022. I don't feel a fraction of that capability right now.
It's so weird, right?
I was literally stopping people in public and saying, "Hey, have you ever been in a movie? Would you like to be in a movie?" You couldn't pay me to do that now.
It's a snowball.
And I was never like an outgoing person anyway. But for whatever reason, I don't know if it was the ambition was created fake confidence, or if it was the other way around. I don't know. But I had the confidence to just stop someone and say, "Hey, you have a cool look. Would you want to be in a movie?"
Well, I think it's like it's building blocks, right? And we had done Nausea. We had some, we reached out to Shreggy, and you obviously were the face of so much,
right?
So like you get so much credit for putting yourself out there and doing stuff like that. But we started with Shreggy. We
there were other
we
people
asked relatives of yours,
and
that builds to, okay, who can we DM on Twitter or Instagram, and then it's like, oh,
now we're going in public.
Now we're going in public. We find
Kaylin.
We find Kaylin. That was super
cool. And that led
cool.
to the store.
Yeah, and he's such a cool guy, and he's got his own cool stuff to do. So
and an actual friend now too.
Exactly.
It's same thing. Like Nico is someone that I've interacted with plenty more because of that.
And everyone's been so nice and like
that
has been so fun.
I would love to have that camaraderie again. Mm-hmm. The problem is when especially because I was the point of contact, to have to tell people. Like, oh, yeah, no, we're doing it, and it's going to be... And then it flops.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. And maybe it shouldn't be embarrassing because you're putting yourself out there and you're trying, but it's embarrassing to have talked a big game of like, oh, yeah, we're fucking filming this, and but then it doesn't work out or whatever. Like, that is embarrassing. And I think that's part of the reason why I'm like way more timid about it and don't have the confidence level is because
we've been burned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't want to look like a fool again, and I don't want to get people's hopes up and make them think that they're going to be a fucking Brad Pitt or something. And I have done my best to never. I feel like I've always told people, like, we're not making money off this. This is not what this is going to be.
We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. But the way I was pitched is, but you can have fun and make something that you are passionate about, and I think that's the right way to do it. But I don't know, man. I would love to do it again. It feels so far from a reality.
And it does. I think obviously the biggest hurdle is location, the set. And then from there, it's like just
that is schedule. The biggest. The actual... Where can we do this? Yeah. I think there are enough people that we could make it happen.
And maybe there's a new spot that popped up.
True.
Maybe a different, maybe there's somewhere that looks like a comic book stuff, something like that. If we can get creative.
There's Chase told me earlier, actually, there's a new card shop on Outer Loop.
Really?
Yeah, where the value market market. It's like in there.
Really?
So, I don't know if it's good or not or whatever.
But yeah, something like that.
Maybe.
Or
the nuclear option that we talked about for a long time is, okay, what's a month lease look like at this building?
Yeah.
And then how do we fucking decorate that?
Yeah.
Which if we had our choice, that's how I would want to do it. I would want to be able to
That's how a place with a budget would do it.
Yeah, exactly. We just build a store from scratch.
Yeah.
Something else I was thinking about, though, and this made me sad, with We Can Be Heroes, one of the main through line jokes in it was the comic book men thing. At that time, that show was 6 years old.
Oh, don't do this.
Yeah. Add 5 years to that.
Oh.
So there's no way that gag works anymore.
Oh,
that bit kind of dies because why would people? It was
there's a way you could.
It was like a niche after Walking Dead show on AMC from 2010 to 2016.
And now
it's there's no way. Back then, especially barely post COVID, because 2020 to 2022 is essentially the same year. So you could make the argument, it's only been 4 years. Now it's there's no way people would still think that. And it's how many is that relevant? How many?
Yeah.
It kills the bit.
It does.
But I loved that bit. I thought that bit was funny.
Bit, yeah.
I thought it was really funny.
You'll have to. There's some, even if it's completely unrelated.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a good through line bit?
Yeah.
Something that ties, that connects the beginning and the end.
It's my bread and butter, man.
Yeah.
I love callbacks in life.
Love them.
I go out of my way to make everything a callback if possible. Yeah. I go out of my way to remember things about the conversation so I can call back to them and, create a camaraderie with the person I'm speaking to. And same thing in story. I love setup. I love payoff, climax, orgasm, all of it. I think it's...
Absolutely.
I don't know, man. It sucks. That's the shitty thing, though, when you sit on something for years.
Yeah. But, it might be fun. And I know this is just... might not be worth it or might not be possible, and you said that you would do Heroes the same way. Maybe if you go over it a second time, maybe you read it and this joke would go perfectly in the place of that comic book man. Just small things to I would like to see this included, or if I remove this, then we could save some time here or whatever. But read through it. I'll read through it again as we're kind of doing this prep work for whatever our next step is.
We should, yeah. And
a table read, if we
I
get
was
enough
literally
people
just
together,
about to
I
say,
could feel it. Yeah.
What's crazy is we never did a table read.
We never did.
Because we did for Nausea 3 years before we tried to shoot it, and that was a whole other bag of shit thing. But it's crazy when we actually had a cast that I was never let's do a table read.
I know, because it was... Part of the problem is that, we never thought about it, so who knows? But everyone's time was so limited.
That's true, and
that
we didn't
want to waste time if we have everyone together doing a table read when we could just shoot something.
And technically, we never had everyone because there were roles that were on. So it's
that's true.
At a certain
point, it would be
point.
tough to do a table read.
I think it would be fun to do one now.
I know.
If we were able to assemble a crew and a cast, and we were okay, I think this is a thing. I would love to get everyone together to do a table read, to hear it out loud 5 years later, what works, what doesn't, who pops for what in the room, because that's the other thing. I never, it's a crazy experience to hear people say what you wrote and to play out the bit that you created, but not all of it was shot.
Right.
So I know what worked in the room. I don't know that it translated to the camera because we didn't watch all the footage, but we didn't do every scene. So I don't know, what those were.
That's true.
So maybe a table. I'm going to write on that we need a table read.
Yeah.
Is a
I
goal.
think that's a good idea.
Oh, no. I exited out. There we
go.
Let's see. Yeah. I don't know. I would love to shoot that next year.
Yeah, I think so. If we get it early enough in the year, and then we can edit it and then have it submitted film festivals by August, September.
Yeah, if we started shooting in March when it just starts getting nice outside.
Yeah,
because some of it takes place outside.
Yeah,
I think that would be fucking incredible.
I've longed for it ever since we started.
Yeah,
and even before that, I was ready.
So it was summer of 2021. We started shooting Nausea in July. I remember the first footage we shot was me in the on the blow up mattress in the basement, and we did like the time, like through the night time jump. That was the first footage we shot. Coincidentally enough, the best footage we shot. Because it actually looked cinematic, and me knocking the cup over at the alarm clock and
lighting.
The lighting made it.
When I think about that, it's and obvious, like, you know, we knew that.
Sure.
We know lighting is important.
Yeah.
But which lights where?
We didn't do lighting on Heroes.
No.
We just used the store lighting.
And it's like,
because I
remember thinking about that, especially when we were at that other store the first time, because we did test footage
Destination,
there.
That's right.
And I remember because we had someone that I worked with at the time there, and we were like, the lighting was better in there, I think.
It was darker.
But because we have such a small crew, and 2 small budget, 3 small number of lights that we currently have, there's only so much you can do to affect the lighting.
Yeah.
In the wide shots or what have you. I think that was probably a huge problem, is that the lighting in the
bigger store.
The bigger store was just way worse and harsher and wider.
Yeah. And I wonder how much that would be fixed with like color grading. We
could certainly, just film in a vlog, for example.
That's true. Yeah.
We're just filming a vlog. We can test stuff with that. But
yeah. And then so Nausea was July of 21. We were trying to get it done by September 1st because that was the cutoff for Sundance. And I remember like shooting in the days up to that, and like I know. That was miserable.
That was miserable because we were like...
Shooting in Pops was like some of the worst time I've ever had. Like that felt so naked, and like they made no effort to make it like shootable for us other than just letting us go in there.
Yeah.
Everything about that was like a miserable experience. That felt like Mr. Krabs out of his shell in public. That's what that felt like. And that died. And then I remember March of 2022, I had said, I have this idea, and told you what it was, and you were like, you should write it. And I was like, okay, fuck it. And I finished it by May. And I think July was when we started again. No, you know what it was? It was the last week of June, because you left for GarageCon the second week. And then I think that was the end of us shooting. I don't think we ever got everybody back after that. So like we had 2 weeks of it in the same time of year.
Yeah.
2 years in a row.
I know.
And then it fell apart completely. I think by like September we didn't have the store anymore.
Right. It was just totally changed, and
which is fucked up to think about.
I know.
Time is cruel.
It is cruel. But hopefully it's offering us some perspective.
And
we've learned a lot.
I'm a firm believer that everything happens the way it's supposed to. Mm-hmm. Like, and maybe it doesn't, but I do think it does. I don't think we were supposed to do it back then.
Well, it almost doesn't matter, because as long as we get where we want to, or we get what we want out of a thing eventually.
Yeah. It's just the story.
It's just how long it took.
If we were making a movie about making the movie,
I want to do that.
Half of it would take place in 2022, and then we would be sitting, at my dad's old house, depressed, and then it would say 5 years later, and then we would start again, and that would be like, maybe we need to write that.
Yeah.
We got to shoot the movie, and then in 10 years, then we write the how did this get made version of it.
Because I love that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, how do we turn this and what we already have into something else?
Because I've thought about that too. Okay, how can we write a movie about our failed experience making movies?
And we even did a podcast years ago about something in those lines. It might have even been about the podcast.
So it was like the journey so far. How did the podcast start? What were the eras of the podcast? Each location that we did it in, specific episodes. I think we ran through every guest we ever ran through. We talked about every guest we ever had.
You're seeing the Kevin Smith influence in us here.
It happens, man. But then it was a crazy, vulnerable episode, especially because when we started the podcast in 2017. Our pilot was October 2016, where I got the laptop and then you got the snowball. We didn't actually record an episode until January, and then that was the first episode. And it was February because it was about the 2016 Oscars.
Oh, you're right.
So it was the day after the La La Land Moonlight thing.
Yeah.
So February 2017, we do the first episode. And then we did one about a Comic-Con, and then we did one about the movie Logan, and then Kong Skull Island, and then Top 10 Animated Movies. I think that was our first 5. We were pretty sporadic until, I want to say, summer of 2018, fall of 2018. So we would do one like once a month until then. Mm-hmm. From the fall of 2018, when we moved into our apartment, to COVID, we did one every single week.
Wow.
And to the point where we had a sponsorship. We had people reach out to have us review comic books that they wrote
that was cool.
On air, actual companies. I was receiving press kits in my email, like ways to promote the brands that they had, like shit like that. We did it every single week. We moved out of the apartment, kept going, and then COVID happened. And then we couldn't record in person for, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months, something like that. And that's what killed it. That's what completely changed it. And then I remember we deleted, or we tried to, I don't remember why or how or what, we tried to switch softwares.
Yeah.
To Podbean from SoundCloud or something like that, and that fucked everything. And then we had to delete all the episodes, and it was like and we've never done it since.
No.
We've never had a consistent podcast since 2020. It would be cool to change that.
Yeah.
You know, because something I hate is like, if we did this weekly, episode 1 and episode 30 are separated by 30 weeks. Right now, our episode 1 and episode 30 are separated by 5 years.
Holy shit.
So there's no consistency there.
Hearing that out loud is...
Yeah.
Pretty nuts.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, and I wouldn't want to listen to a podcast like that.
No, I wouldn't either.
You know what I mean? But if we could have episode 30 to episode 100 be 70 weeks, you know, of just like straight through line discussion, even if no one listens to it, because who cares? It's for us, right?
Yeah.
I think that would be a more rewarding thing.
And so much so that it has been, obviously I know you were just talking about, you know, we had people listening for sponsorships or whatever, but it's like, even then, it wasn't like hundreds and hundreds of people.
No, but it was people that listen.
Exactly.
And like we had the Letterboxd sponsorship thing, and that would be impossible to do now because
that was so cool, and I love that story because
we did like a giveaway. It was like and there were people engaged, and there's still those lists on Letterboxd, and like people from Letterboxd that was listening because of it. You know, like that was like a tangible thing that we had, and then the Invasion from Planet Russelltopia comic, you know, like
that was fun.
And then there was another one that I don't remember if we ended up doing, but then there was that movie that they got in touch with me on Twitter for. Yeah, and like I still follow that lady.
That was cool to get to watch that.
Yeah, and I didn't watch it, but you did.
I definitely did.
Although I was forward about it on the podcast. I was like, I didn't watch this. He did. Yeah. Let me ask you questions about it.
Someone for the Just Mash has it covered. We've got it.
Because I didn't want to watch it, and then you said it was bad, and I thought, okay, the way to do this then is we're going to get more discussion if I'm asking questions.
And I'm very curious how I would look at that movie now with the perspective of having tried to shoot 2 of them in that time.
Yeah.
Because what I do remember is that the lighting was great. When I think about it now, the lighting was good.
I saw the trailer, and it did look good.
I feel like I even I feel like I would have commented on that even back then.
I remember you speaking about the technical aspects of it being good, and then saying, however, the movie itself is not very good.
Yes,
and I do remember. Nah, I probably shouldn't say this. Actually.
Okay, we'll save it.
Yeah,
we'll save that part.
I'll bring it up off air. Sorry for the blue balls of anyone listening to this, but I don't know. It felt like we had something for a while, and then lost it.
Can always get it back, brother. That's
what and we can, and we should, and we will. Just figuring out how.
Yeah,
I think the podcast is like. It's 2025. Who wants to like have someone's podcast shield to them, you know?
And that's the thing. Like, I think about when we were getting interested in this as a medium.
Yeah. 2016. How many people had a podcast?
I know. We were like
there were names that had Hardwick, Mark Maron, Kevin Smith, Joe Rogan. Like those were like the Mount Rushmore of podcasts.
What fucking high school kids were setting up their phones?
Yeah. And
talking about The Walking Dead for 2.5 hours.
And we were doing that in 2013.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like way before.
So
it sucks that we were in on it early, but we weren't able to get in on it.
I know we were just kids.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have or the foresight to like know, hey, this could be, you know, we should, I don't know. But even if we were doing that at the young age that we were at, like before our pilot, like if we had the capacity to do it, what would that conversation of how entertaining would that have been to anybody else?
Maybe not, because we were children.
Yeah.
You know, like...
But we would have had the practice for 2017, 2018, college.
Well, and I don't think we were bad when we started in like 2016 and 17. I really don't. You know, it's funny. I remember like my college gift, like going to college, was my laptop. Not this one, but the one before. And I remember thinking like, college? More like podcast. Yeah. Like I remember saying to you, like, I got a fucking laptop.
Yeah.
We can do podcasts
do this shit.
now.
Yeah.
You know, and then it turned into you buying the snowball, and then because at first we just did the laptop microphone, and it sounded horrible. And I remember you had just started watching The Office, and I grew up with The Office. Yeah. So that was our first discussion, and the Marvel Symphonic Universe YouTube video was the other thing we talked about. Yeah. So that'll tell you when this was. Like I said, I think it was October 2016. And we were in a basement in chairs not dissimilar to this, doing the same thing. I don't know, when I think about 2013 me and like who that kid was, what his ambitions were and what his interests were, and compare that to like 27-year-old, you know, broken hip, walking with a cane, you know, unk version of me, as I'm labeled on the internet. I don't think they're that dissimilar. Personally, I feel like I
don't think so either.
Like I feel like what I wanted is the same, and I think my mind for it is the same. Yeah,
you know, because like in what I thought I was, and what I started college in even was for, well, not my first semester, but for music. Yeah, I wanted to compose and do the film score.
Yeah,
because that is such an impactful.
And I remember sophomore year when I was listening to Fat Man on Batman, I sent you that Christopher Drake episode and was like, you know, this is a film composer talking about how he does it.
That was cool.
And I remember thinking, like, I'm going to fucking write it and direct a movie. Matthew's going to do the score for it, you know, like, and we're going to have a whole... And then it's changed tremendously since then, like, what we want out of it all. But it feels like we're made for it, destined to do it. Do we have the ability to do it well?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're going to fucking try. You know, we can always get better.
Yeah. I just don't want to be 35 and it not happen. You know, like it hasn't. And I don't even mean 35 and we aren't successful. I mean, I don't want to be 35 and we didn't make anything.
Yeah.
Like, I want it to be successful, but I'm not.
I will be so thrilled.
It's not as big of a deal.
If we're able to wrap and have a wrap party on a feature-length film.
Yes. And show it at a theater. And yes. I said this to Jason Kelly earlier. If we could have a screening at the Village 8 with everybody that worked on the movie, that is all I need. That can be the end of it. And then it can go on YouTube for free. That's fine. I don't care. But there needs to be a finished, tangible product.
Yeah.
Like, that needs to, you know, be...
R.I.P. Village 8, by the way. That was...
Oh, is it gone?
It was demolished like 3 years ago. And I know it's more just like a placeholder.
I meant the Village 8.
I got some bad news.
I literally meant screen it at the Village 8.
So my current dentist, I think I started seeing 3 years ago now. My first appointment there, it was crazy. It was like rubble. It was like it was crazy.
Well, that's tragic.
I remember my hygienist was like, "Oh yeah, it was crazy watching them like tear down the Village 8 and all these like tennis balls fell out of the roof. And they just went all over the street." Weird story. I don't know why there would have been.
I wonder if there was a tennis court near at some point.
Could have been. They just stored it. But
or like, you know, Community when the ceiling falls in like season 5, like he throws a frisbee and it lands on the roof and everything crumbles.
It was something. But yeah, I remember. Fuck, man. We
That's
went
cinematic.
To so many. Yeah,
that's really.
I would have loved to have seen that.
This is like the frogs in Magnolia, but tennis balls from a movie theater that only showed like $3 movies.
But when I rolled up and it was rubble, I was like, oh, if we're gonna shoot something like apocalyptic, here we go.
Yeah, right.
Same when the old U of L stadium was getting demolished.
Yeah,
that was, and you could even see that in the distance. It was just like crumbled. It looked like, you know.
Should have taken advantage of that for stock footage purposes.
Just to have it.
Yeah, or like when they had the dog food containers.
Yeah.
Like the water tower looking things, University of Louisville.
Yeah.
Film that going down. Although that's probably... So yeah, I thought the Village 8 was still around. I knew that they would show local films. That's why I had that in my mind.
Yeah.
I don't know that the other theaters do that.
Yeah.
But I know the Village 8 would show local films. So that was my thought.
We'll find somebody.
R.I.P. the Village 8.
R.I.P. Village 8.
I saw The Hangover 2 there in 2011. And that's it. The only time I ever went in there.
We went for a bunch of field trips in like the summer, school
really?
thing. Yeah.
Wow. Do you know what movies?
No, I don't. I wish I had that capacity that you do for this. I'll have to.
Years and years of autism.
I'll have to.
That's not true, RFK. Actually, I take it back. I take it back. I don't have that.
Gotta be careful.
I don't have that.
Oh shit.
I take it back.
But yeah, so I would love to go back and see if I can think of specific memories.
The other day, I went through and wrote down every animated film I've seen in theaters.
Oh, wow.
Got to like 30 or 40. It's not that many. And
that is surprising.
More recent, too, it was like 9-month gaps between them, too, because we don't see them.
That's true.
Like Transformers 1, Inside Out 2, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Fuck. What else?
I mean, The Bad Guys 2 is still technically in theaters right now, but it's
11 a.m.
The 11 a.m. shows, yeah. But that was the last one that I remember thinking, we kind of want to see that.
Perfect Blue, Ninja Scroll, the Ghibli stuff, like those, but those are re-releases.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing. So
the new Shrek will be there.
And we'll see that at 10 p.m. on a Thursday night when no kids will be
Hopefully.
there. Fuck, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard not to get sad when you think about it. Replacing that with like optimism and hope that it could happen.
Tell you what, the last few months I've not been nearly as like mournful.
Yeah.
And like I've not grieved that unfinished business as much as I have, because I feel a fire right now.
Yeah, a renewed sense of energy to make it happen.
And because I have that, I'm like, okay, well,
yeah,
we're going to do something.
Yeah.
We have to do something.
I feel the same way, and I would love to become 2022 me again.
It's in there, dude.
In terms of aspiration.
It's fucking in there, yeah.
I don't have the energy the same way, which is unfortunate. Although I've never had energy for shit. The problem is, though, like, I sit right now and I'm like, we could shoot fucking The Godfather right now. We could do it. Me and you in this basement, we could do it.
Yeah.
But we can't do that right now, and then I'll wake up tomorrow and be like, I don't fucking feel like doing that.
I know.
I have no interest in making that happen,
100%.
And the shitty thing is, to make it happen, it has to be more than us. And it has to be a place we don't have access to, and it has to be with money we don't have, with equipment we don't understand. And that is like, you take a step back and you go, well, fuck.
Yeah, you actually like, oh.
Yeah, it's not just like something you can get a burst of energy at 3 a.m. and decide, all right, this is happening, which is when I'm like ready to make things happen.
I know.
It's precisely at 3 a.m.
But I think this is one step, having one step, the next step.
Yes.
Doing that, slowly working our way to the top.
If we can, like I said earlier, an objective once a week, figure out what our objective is and tackle that. Really sitting down and determining what are the long-term goals, what are the short-term goals, what can be done when. Like I said, I think the YouTube and the movie serve different purposes, but they can be done concurrently, just at a completely different speed and with completely different results, probably. Unfortunately, but because I am passionate about the YouTube channel. I really am. I'm as passionate about that as I am doing the movie stuff. The problem is, it feels like a completely different, like thing that we're wandering through that we don't know. Because I don't want to say it breaks my heart, but it is sad when I spend 2 or 3 hours editing it and make the thumbnail and promote it, and it ends up with 45 views after 3 days. That is sad. It makes me feel sad. Like, not in a, what's the fucking point?
It's hard to not be.
But in a like, well, dude, I put effort into this, and I tried, but I also thought it was like, something. It's like I didn't feel like I pooped on a platter and said, this is chicken. Like that's not what happened. I felt like I did something.
You're not going to fool me like that 4 times.
Yeah,
3 times.
3's fair.
Okay,
even,
but 4, that's...
Fool me once.
Yeah.
Shame on you. Fool me twice. Can't get fooled again. It's
a saying that we have in Kentucky.
Someone created that. Yeah, I don't know. But I would like to be proud of what we do. I'm proud of this. I think this was good.
Mm-hmm.
Is a good talk. Will anyone
I had fun,
hear
and that's
it?
what fucking matters.
That is what matters. That matters more than anything. Do we enjoy it? Because we've always said we do it for us.
Yeah.
I would just like for it to also be for other people,
And Simon, next time you cut your grass and you listen to this,
let
us know if you had fun too.
Unfortunately.
It's not grass cutting season right now.
End of October.
There might be 1 or 2 more because I've been cutting my parents' grass.
Yeah, it could be 1 or 2 left.
There might be 1 or 2.
Maybe we'll have to text them and say, how's the yard looking? Because we got a big steamy episode.
We're going to text him that immediately after this, and we'll see if he gets it.
Yeah, he might not even get it physically. He might not receive it because I'm sure he has us muted at this point, quite frankly. And Simon, if you don't have us muted, you have to prove it because we don't believe you.
We don't.
Which is, I would mute us probably.
Yeah, it's fair.
No, we're cool.
We don't text that much in that chat.
No.
Not enough to warrant a mute.
No, absolutely
in my opinion.
not. And I also don't think we abuse the boundaries of the trust of a group message.
No.
Because we're not texting at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday.
No.
That doesn't happen. There's other people that we're in other group messages with that will do that, but we are not guilty of that.
Not.
We're not culprits that would do that sort of thing. We respect the social boundary of the schedule. Even if some people have different schedules.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if there was someone...
Even if it's more convenient for someone to text when
theoretically, if I wanted to text someone at 3 a.m., I wouldn't because I know they're asleep, and I respect it. Instagram DMs, that's a different thing.
It's a whole different... It's
all night long.
It exists like the time... Well, fuck. The TVA.
Yeah.
It's the TVA. There's no time or space or anything in those places.
You can send an Instagram DM at any time of day. And if you looked at mine right now...
A bunch of unopened messages.
Let's see. What's that number?
Oh, 8?
8 people.
Or infinity.
Or infinity to the side.
It might as well be the same.
Yeah. Wow. It gives me such anxiety to look at these messages.
I don't want to dismiss it, but I don't. If I'm the opposite, I'm like, oh, get that shit.
I know.
Off.
I should be. I used to be to a degree, or at least I had some urgency and like wanting to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a shitty person half the time.
We all are.
The other half, I'm pretty outstanding.
It's like a switch.
I'm like Ed Norton in Primal Fear.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to make that comparison.
Oh, no.
Actually. I'm like...
Instant regret of that. Yeah, I mean...
I'm like Eddie Murphy in Norbit.
Oh, even better.
I play different roles.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. You're like the metaphorical onion in Shrek.
I'm not familiar. I don't know that I know
the
Shrek
onions,
enough.
It's a Shrek... it's a metaphor that Shrek uses about onions. That
I see. Okay. Yeah.
So it's a metaphor within a metaphor.
We should, episode 31 should be a Shrek watch-along.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd be good at a watch-along podcast.
I would be like... I just wouldn't know how to...
I want to watch the movie.
That, and am I talking over an important part?
You talk, too much, too little.
Yeah.
Is the person... Yeah. The only way I think to do it is to pause the movie. Pause the movie and be like, what is, I want to say this, and then unpause.
Yeah.
And to do that by yourself. Like on a Twitch stream.
Yeah.
Or Discord server.
A watch along on Twitch, yeah, but that'd probably be the best way to like...
Yeah. Oh, well.
That's a whole other Twitch. There's
Twitch I would like to do too. Live streaming I would like to do. About what? I don't know.
Minecraft.
I mean, yeah. I'd have to have something to do like that. I'm like, okay, I'm building this,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Because I couldn't live stream Fortnite.
No.
Partially because I'm bad. And I don't want people to watch that.
I know you either have to be very entertaining
Yeah, we're
on
very
your
good.
own or very good at the game.
Neither.
I
don't want to be either.
We fall in the middle somewhere.
Now, I tell you what, though, I would do a live stream of like the egg hunts. That would be a fun live stream.
I think so too.
I think that would be a cool one to do.
Or a live stream of the block hunts in the Minecraft worlds would be fun.
Yeah, oh baby.
Because I love that, like this people that play on the server are doing a mini game.
Yeah.
Something like that. Or they're doing parkour or a challenge.
Yeah. Huh.
Stuff like that's fun.
Yeah, I don't know. We're ambitious.
We are.
We are blinded by ambition.
Always have been.
Yeah.
Even if that ambition is like live streaming Minecraft on Twitch.
Yeah, or
it's
just
shit that we love.
Or just literally doing a podcast
Yeah.
weekly. We're like, oh, could you imagine if we just sat down and did a podcast weekly?
Every single thing that we do, even like this, that's such a win because there's a version of us out there, and there's other people that don't even do that. They don't even.
That's
hit that
true.
far.
Well, and like 6 weeks ago, we're that version.
Mm-hmm.
And there are other times we've been better, and there's other times we've been a lot worse. I would like to think we're not the worst version of us currently.
No.
That was last year.
That was last year. That was a tough year.
It was the beginning of this year, too.
Yeah.
But right now, we're at like half version of ourselves. So, I don't know. Maybe next week we'll do something similar to this. Or we won't do it one at all.
Yeah.
Trends would suggest that we don't.
If you're going to bet on this.
Yeah, definitely, or if you're going to bet, tell me, and then whatever you bet on, we'll do, and then we can work the system.
We're a team here.
Yeah, we'll do whatever it takes to make the audience happy. And the OnlyFans launches next week.
Yeah.
Whole only.
That we found a manager for, no issue.
Yeah, I mean, look at
Strangely.
us. We're like, never mind. Yeah, next week we'll try and do this again.
Yeah.
I would like to do this again. I don't know what we'll do. We'll try and avoid a gimmick.
I agree.
But I don't know if we'll try and do a topic or not. Maybe we'll just do Cash Mash again. Which
I think we had the fuel for and I know this, again, it was like a more steered thing. We had an idea that we wanted to, but we went off on enough tangents, and I'm like, that could be a whole string.
We talked about the Village 8.
Yeah.
Talked about other stuff.
Favorite movies.
We did a mini podcast.
Yeah.
Within the podcast. It's like Hershey's.
Yeah.
Except for both. Never mind. All right. Well, we're going to end it there then. So, without further ado, until next time.